The biggest fraud in the black community, Cheyenne Bryant, is having a very rough day. She's getting exposed and destroyed yet again after several old clips are now resurfacing online. But is her response?
Now, my brother and I reacted to these old clips already, but Flacco brought up some points that I didn't even look at like that. So let's just check this one out.
To the chatter that's ultimately making all of this worse and fueling the fire. Cheyenne Bryant, who claims that she's a doctor, thinks the best way to respond back to the chatter is to post thirst trap on her Instagram as she pop booty and show cleavage in thongs and see-throughs to make people forget that she lied about being a doctor. Like,
for real? What's her IG? Put it in the comments if you know her IG. That's all I'm saying.
And that peanut butter skin
is her response, which ultimately confirms what we all know. She's not no doctor. She's a bop.
I worked with Cheyenne Bryant on a TV show for about 6 months last year.
I'm not a doctor, but I play one on TV.
And we got into a massive intellectual argument that came up through multiple episodes of the show.
That's the part that we reviewed before. We just saw that part, but it's more.
That told me a lot. Basically, I totally saw this coming. Let me tell you my Cheyenne story. For several months last year, we did a 4-person talk show where she and I were the lead voices. I tried to get clips of it, but the third party that holds the records only holds on to old videos for 2 years. So on the show, we
exactly the amount of time that you need.
Coming back to the same intellectual argument. All of this was on the show, on the air. I'm not talking about anything behind the scenes. For me, at the core of this intellectual argument was what y'all have been saying through this press tour from hell. Is she really an academic? Is she really a doctor? See, I'm a parent of 2 teenagers, and I believe, because I have read and researched a lot on the subject, I believe parents should not hit children as punishment. There should be no corporal punishment in the home.
I don't agree with that 100%, but I do agree with them. I believe it should be a very last resort. I do think that a lot of times our people are quick, to spank a child when other options haven't been employed. First of all, you got to think, how much actual time am I investing before I go to hitting them? You know what I mean? Have you really tried everything else? Or do you just want a quick fix? Because I just know me, from my personal experience, ass whippings never stopped me from doing anything. It just made me afraid of my mom. You know what I'm saying? But other than that, I still was going to do what I was going to do.
There should be no corporal punishment in the home. I know that's triggering to a lot of people who are not child psychologists.
The actual footage from the content he's describing has surfaced. He thought it was missing, but it just resurfaced. Now, in this content, Cheyenne Bryant's temperament is not that of a doctor. Much of her points would be like nonsensical to actual doctors. But here's the thing. She sounds great to untrained ears. See, in the black community, we aren't really like great fans of, gentle parenting, spare the rod, spoil the child.
Right. Black people make fun of timeout. You gonna time out? I'll knock your ass out. You know how black people, we always got a quick comeback. I bet you I time your ass out. Come on, man.
Khloe Kardashian went viral recently for telling a story about how like her 3-year-old son was at a birthday party for one of her friends. And during this birthday party, he told her, I'm gonna destroy everything. I'm gonna flip over the food. And, he was actively trying to do so, and they were stopping him and putting him in a corner and talking to him. And when that clip went viral, black parents was like, bruh, if you don't bring out the belt, but again, that's our untrained, response to bratty kids.
Right, you just beat them. And it really doesn't, it's not like we're producing, I'm not talking about everybody, hold on before you get upset. But it's not like, by and large, we're producing these exceptional children through these principles. You know what I mean? Like, it's not like the argument always has been, I'm gonna whip his ass now so that later he knows, he learns stuff. But I can tell you firsthand, everybody in jail got their ass whipped. Everybody. Probably more so. I never been to Cambridge or Harvard or MIT or nothing, but I bet the ratio of kids who go to MIT, I bet they got less ass whippings than the graduating class of jail 2026. That's all I'm saying.
Expect the actual professional who's trained in child therapy to be able to diagnose children, find solutions, figure out why kids are acting this way and how to figure it out and how to solve it. Cheyenne Bryant, I guess, solution for a bratty kid is to bring out that belt and whoop him. And Torre is like, bro, this is not what a doctor who's...
No therapist. No therapist. I've never heard that from a therapist. Therapists are the ones that let us know, maybe you shouldn't beat them. Maybe beating them. That's the foundation. That's like a regular doctor ordering up some poison. Yeah, I'll send you, I'll write you a prescription for cyanide. What was it? Workian back in the days? It's basically that. It's basically that. What's wrong with you? Your childhood, you got beat? Right.
Child therapy would say. Now, this conversation actually went left once Torre, I guess, disagreed with her, and you began to see Cheyenne Bryant true characters come into fruition. This is absolute madness.
Doc, what do you think about the notion of holding parents criminally responsible for their children's behavior?
I said it earlier. I said it's circumstantial. I think that if a parent is neglecting their child of what's needed for them to be mentally stable and healthy and be in a state of mind where they can actually, operate as a citizen who isn't impaired, then I think that that parent who's providing those resources, should not be have consequence or discipline. But again, if you're neglecting your child in any manner, I think there should be consequences to a parent, no matter what, if there's neglect at the hands of a child. But y'all know how I feel. I feel gentle parenting makes for a child. I think that there are rules and there's structure, and there's, I think.
Frank Ski was agreeing. But that's not uncommon for Black people. Now, Teray has a different perspective.
Boundaries have been proven to create healthy relationships, not just between people, but for that person within themselves. And if we raise kids with no boundaries and no structure and discipline, they go out into the world and they don't understand that, and they end up being in battles, and they end up actually having a lot of issues with law enforcement. They end up being the child that's disruptive in school and class.
See, but no ass whippings doesn't mean no boundary. No ass whipping doesn't mean no discipline. There's different ways to instill discipline into a child. Let's look up the actual definition. The practice of training people to obey rules or a code of behavior and mental self-control required to act accordingly to necessity rather than feeling. Ultimately, it's about this part, self-control. You can't beat yourself. And if you've trained yourself to beat yourself, you will in turn, as an adult, do things that are self-destructive in many cases. I'm not a doctor, although I heard that if you copyright doctor onto your name,
don't understand that the world doesn't revolve around them. There's a big world that they are able to participate in, but they cannot be the center of attention to everything. And so I'll end on saying that what I do agree with is that every child is different, and that every child may not necessarily need the same level of discipline, but every child does need structure and discipline in order for that child to grow up and be an adult who understands that this is the law of the land. This is
just, how are you defining discipline?
Life works, and successful people, not just only externally, but internally, what they do carry at the nucleus of who they are is discipline and boundaries.
If gentle parenting creates gentle children, sign me up. I definitely want to create more gentle adults, especially men. Hold on, everybody, especially men.
You are a
My
gentle.
God,
You are
are you
a
kidding?
very, very.
Hold on,
you're not
guys.
a
Hold on, guys.
gentleman.
Hold on, guys. Hold on.
Even if you're one of those people who agree with her and you agreed that 2-year-olds deserve corporal punishment, you at least have to see.
Was that what she was advocating for? I don't think she was advocating for 2-year-olds. Was she whipping 2-year-olds?
Some type of red flag in a doctor not being able to contain herself as somebody rebuttals or
Definitely.
responds. Now, in this case, Teray wasn't even rebuttal. He was just trying to end the show. He was trying to wrap up. So he was doing his little monologue before wrapping up. Because he offered up any type of critique, she couldn't even allow him to say 3 sentences out of his mouth before she tries to interrupt to go on another 4 or 5 minute soliloquy.
She needed that last word. She had to have the last word. It wouldn't have been right. Some people are just like that. They can't let you just be the last person to speak. No matter what you said, I bet you she mumbled under her breath on the way out. They got to tell you. They got to tell you something.
Now, Teray, at this point, because she has done this in previous shows, they've had discussions about this, he snapped.
Guys, that's what we need in the world is more gentle men who understand.
Yeah, you're very gentle, and it comes at an angle.
And she meant gentle as a slur, like soft in the world. He means gentle as in like, not abusive.
Doesn't always work for people.
Let's just stop and go back, because I'm wrapping the show and you're interrupting me.
First of all,
this is what we spent a whole meeting on this.
First of all, Teray, first of all, Teray.
Why don't you let me wrap the show? I'm ending the show.
First of all,
what is the point of interrupting me?
First of all,
we're getting out of here. Like, what is the point? What is the point? It says go to host up.
He was about to get the last word. She didn't like that. You're not going to just say that and sign off.
You're talking to me. Lower your voice when you're talking to me. Because you're acting very, very gentle, very soft, and very feminine. And this is the problem. Teray, you talk to your wife like that. You don't talk to me like that. I am not your wife. You don't talk to me like that. I'm not your wife, gentle. I'm not your wife, softy. Don't talk to me like that. You talk to your wife like that, not me. Teray, talk to your wife like that. Do not talk to me like that. That is not how you finish. That is not how you professionally approach me. Don't talk to me like that. Check.
Frank and Ariva, I apologize.
Check yourself. You don't talk to me like that.
Hold
talk
on,
to your
Doc.
wife like that.
Doc, hold on.
Shut the talking to me like that. That's what you.
Like he said, shut up, bitch, or something crazy like that. Like, what are we talking about here?
That's what you do.
What happened to the therapist, to the person with emotional regulation and emotional IQ? That's not that's not the therapist thing to do, right? A therapist in a situation would assess why Teray feels this way, why he's acting this way, right? Now, and she was in the wrong completely, but look at how she conducts herself. She don't even hold herself in the regard of a doctor, right? That's what you do. Now, the most surprising part about this entire thing, I thought Teray was gay my entire life.
I did too. I thought I was the only person, and I was trying not to be too ignorant. Y'all know how we could be up here, man. I just left that alone, but I thought that a little bit. He know he got a flame about him. Whether or not he know he got a flame about him. Somebody told him that before.
I thought he was gay my entire life. Apparently Teray is not gay because Cheyenne Bryant began to tell him that he should talk to his wife that way and not her. Talk to his wife. And let's be clear here, there's no disrespect to Teray. I wasn't saying like a diss. He just got he got a lot of rings on. That's what I said when I was talking to my brother. He got all them rings on. He rock a lot of rings. No disrespect, because he's like a legend, but no disrespect. Well, research and didn't do my homework. I actually like what Teray does. I think Teray has a lot to offer. Teray is one of the GOATs in his media stuff. And outside of his Drake coverage, I generally like whatever Teray drops. I just was not well researched and didn't know. But even how she describes this, calling him feminine, calling him soft.
As a shot.
Those were things that she was saying to intentionally trigger this man.
Yeah, that was shots fired.
You better tap into your gentleness and real quick.
Then she want to punk him down, make him. He's quiet now. You got to mush him. Yeah. That's what she wanted to do.
We ready?
I've been ready. Been ready.
Oh, you got to, are you ready? All you got to do is be quiet. So she been ready. Your job in this part is to shut up.
I've been ready. Been ready.
Ariba, Frank, you guys ready?
Yep.
Yep. You ready to wrap this up?
Yes, as I was doing.
And then we'll speak off camera. Here we go.
We always ask, when should a parent be held responsible for their children's behavior, whether it's at school, tantrum in Walmart, whatever. Let's flip the lens. There's a difference between the parent mourning a child lost to violence and the one silently praying because their child pulled the trigger. One gets sympathy, the other gets silence, but both carry a pain the world rarely understands. So tonight, the part we never talk about, ask yourself, not as a spectator, but as a parent of a child who took a life, how should society treat that parent? Should the law hold them accountable or let them live with the weight in silence? Would you deserve compassion?
It depends on how old the kid is, and maybe to some degree, yeah. Would that encourage parents to be in their child's lives more? I would imagine. No, that's a tough question. Anyway, that's not what this is about. I'm sorry. Maybe we'll do another video on that.
Or a conviction, or a bunch of I told you so's. It's a tough one, but that's what we do on Truth Talks.
Watching her temperament when she's given any type of pushback, and then also hearing her advice for parents who want to know if they should gentle parent their kid as a child therapist, watching her advice to those kids makes me like confused as to why anybody like Amanda Seales will come out publicly and state that we're being too harsh on Cheyenne Bryant and that Cheyenne Bryant isn't harming anybody by lying about being a doctor.
So I think it's like a false, it's like faux rage to be like all up in arms about this one person. So someone here said, this one person is influencing vulnerable Black people and therefore they are causing harm. It's funny how you can hand wave that away so callously. How is she causing harm? How is she causing harm?
She's an ass whipping therapist. She's an ass whipping therapist. That's harmful. There are people who look to her for advice, presumably under her doctorate, and her advice is go whip them kids. You can't see how that's harmful. I understand Amanda Seales is pro-Black, and pro-Black, she got Black blindness, especially Black lady blindness. She's probably a fan of Tiffany Henyard and all that. You know what I mean? I get it. She triple pro-Black.
Is she giving bad advice?
Yeah.
Is she invoking folks to harm themselves?
I mean,
how is she causing harm? She is falsely using a title to give people, to endear people to trust her more. That's whack. Causing harm? I don't know, playa. I think your version of harm is really loose compared to how much harm is being caused to Black people in real life.
So if that's the case, why have doctors at all? Just call yourself a doctor. If you can do no harm, if it's not harmful to just go around saying you're a doctor, just call yourself a doctor. Do doctor things. She's holding therapy sessions. No harm, no foul, nobody's hurt.
Cheyenne Bryant is not causing Black people harm. The same way that Jussie Smollett was not causing Black people harm.
Give me one of them strawberries.
And yet people will never let him live that down. Okay, she has no credentials.
Jussie Smollett did do people harm. His harm was first using up police resources, and secondly, denigrating, eroding the validity of actual victim. Imagine if a couple Trump supporters wanted to come by right after that and choke out a Black dude for real. It's news time, guys. Nobody's gonna believe him. You know, for real, it takes away from the validity of actual people who are victims. It's just that simple. Like, oh, what is Smollett situation?
Is what she's saying, is she useful? Is she helpful?
We got no more?
Like, I mean, the amount
Yo, itching and stuff.
people. Here's the thing. If the issue is you're like, well, she didn't put in the work to get the PhD, and I think it's unfair for her to take credit for something she didn't put in the work for, that's fine. When y'all be like, she doesn't have credentials, I'm just kind of like, the concept of credentials at this point is very loose. It's very loose.
What?
I mean, I don't.
Very loose, guys. Dr. Mark, from now on, you need any help with, you know what I'm saying, doctor stuff?
Thank you, Val. It's like, listen to her or don't listen to her. She doesn't have any power over you. She's not doing anything legislative. She's not physically harming people. She's not mentally harming people. Hey, Alexa says, I'm a therapist and I don't give two. At the end of the day, my thing is this. We have to look at the bigger picture. If she was out here, like the fact that people still would like to quote, like, this guy, what's his name? Who was the man that died? And he was like doing all of this couples counseling or whatever. He would sit there and disrespect women all day to their face. Like,
Kevin Samuels?
What? I forgot his name.
She's talking about Kevin Samuels.
But people were swearing up and down by this man. He didn't have no goddamn credentials.
He never said he was a doctor. He never said he was a doctor. He had a bunch of other titles and stuff that he made up. We understood that. He was a guy with good common sense that knew how to communicate. What is this lady talking about? He never said he was a doctor. He said he was Jesus. No, I'm kidding. Oh, man. Arguing here now.
Kevin Samuels. People didn't have he didn't have no goddamn credentials.
Kevin Samuels never called himself a doctor.
Never.
Kevin Samuels never lied about having a doctorate in marriage and family therapy. Kevin Samuels never said he specialized in child therapy. Kevin Samuels never said that he was a mental health professional. Kevin Samuels never said that he was doing therapy live sessions. No, Kevin Samuels was.
I think he did coaching and style, image consultant. I believe that's what he said. He was an image consultant.
People who wanted to know, hey, how can I find a wife? And Kevin Samuels said, hey, man, you got to lose that weight. That's a whole lot different than an unlicensed woman
telling you to whoop on your kids.
Having a specialty in child therapy and parents actually trusting her to step in and give them advice on how to deal with their kids. How, do you not see the harm in this? Do you not see the harm in an unlicensed, non-degree holding woman lying about being licensed and holding a degree, doing therapy sessions and giving real life advice to people and dealing with mental health? You don't see the problem with that? Like, you don't see how that's like a non-consensual encounter? Like, if somebody is signing up to get coaching or get therapy from somebody online, it needs to be an informed decision. The minute it's not informed, is now non-consensual. If somebody signs up under the pretense of, okay, she's a doctor, she knows what she's talking about, she has the degree, the education, and the experience to guide me through my issues, and then they find out, oh, no, she doesn't have the education, the experience, the degree, and she's not qualified to be talking about these issues.
That means you're a scammer. Anyway, y'all let me know what you think in the comment. Did you beat your kids? No. Is Cheyenne Bryant a legitimate